This is Dr. Karthik Narayanan, and we have a special topic today to be discussed. And this is my first podcast, so I'm going to give my best shot in whatever best ways I can put this message across to you, all you people. So, so what's the topic for today? We're going to talk about how to deal with depression. Maybe I can put it like this: how do I deal with depression? Because as a person, as an author writer, been working in this education industry for more than a decade now, I have come across different stages of my life, especially with my professional life, hampering my personal life as well. So many times, I have also personally felt and have gone through with this stage. So I'm here to share some insights about how better did I deal with those moments of my life where each and every single person out there would also be, able to connect back with me and can also feel or can also share your experiences at end of this podcast. So, what will you be learning from today's podcast? Simple, first thing, how to deal with depression by creating some empowering beliefs, right? This is number one. And then we're going to talk about how to use some rituals and routines to create a feedback loop that lifts up instead of dragging you down. So there's a lot of routines that we follow and a lot of rituals we follow. So we need to talk about those things that can lift you up instead of those which will pull you down, right? And then we're going to talk about how to build your support network and beginning, by in a very small way, by setting small goals, right? And also how changing your body posture can change your mood and also help your confidence. While I'm also going to discuss about usage of vocabulary when you talk, how to be more positive. So these are the few things that I would want to cover along with this podcast of how to deal with depression. Right. So now everybody feels sad and everybody, get into a stage of anxious or depressed. The thing is, happiness does not come always so easily, right? And you don't have to be happy all the time. Now, what happens is the science of happiness tells us that it is dependent on many things, including brain chemistry and also life events. But if you find yourself constantly feeling down, you could be one of those persons who would be experiencing depression. See, I need to tell you that you're not alone in this because it affects almost 1 in every 10 people at some point in their lives. And you're also not so broken, or you're not powerless. Here you can learn how to deal with depression and increase your quality of life. Whether you have been formally diagnosed with it or dealing with depression can also be a frustrating and exhausting endeavor. So at times you might also feel stuck. You might also feel helpless. But there are ways you can make, you can change those lasting changes to your mindset and take back your life, right? So if you are anxious or depressed, it may be the time to examine your lifestyle as well and make some changes. Through learning how to deal with depression may not be easy if it is possible to feel better and living a fulfilling and extraordinary life. Let's get started. So, here's the first step towards fighting, overcoming depression. Now, the first step, what you need to do is you need to fight the negative thinking. A lot of people are negative deep down, right? That's just because of some or other kind of immediate loss or traumatic events that can create some limiting beliefs, that cause people to believe they can never be happy again or they don't deserve happiness at all, right? This is one reason. And the other reason would be where you may feel depressed that you may not be able to achieve your goals, correct? Now, the common limiting beliefs of those dealing with depression is that they are supposed to be sad because depression or anxiety runs in their entire cycle. Now, how can we change it? Because it's important to address these type of negative beliefs and understand where they come from so that you can start changing them. Whether your beliefs come from your environment or past results or traumatic events, you can always start knocking down the walls of these beliefs and changing them to empowering ones that can help you learn how to deal with depression. And the next thing would be change or change the way you talk or change of usage of your words, because what happens is, let me give you a small example. Now the difference between feeling devastated or crushed is much more negative than disappointed. Remember, the words we attach to our experiences become our experiences, right? So your words matter. Both the words you say out loud and the way you speak to yourself internally. So when you change your words, you can literally change your life and effectively find ways to deal with depression. And the next would be the third advice or third way would be transforming your your entire self. That's your mood. How do I change your body and change your mood? Being mindful of your body and making adjustments to how you carry yourself is one of the best tips for how to deal with depression. Now, changing your body includes, adopting to some power poses like lifting your chest. Seriously, you may call it. I mean, how do I do it? But if you can just implement this by adopting some power poses like lifting your chest and stand up normally and just feel powerful and confident from inside. Now, what's happening is, now, when you lift your sternum just a little higher, there's a point you will start to feel very powerful and confident, right? Now, you can play with lifting your sternum and ribs even higher, but hold that position for a few minutes and see what happens to your mood. Because feeling more confident and in control, or it just took a few physical adjustments in how you held your body to discover a powerful method for dealing with depression. This really works, guys. I mean, just try it out, all right? Now, then the fourth best advice or fourth best thing would be when you're feeling depressed, one thing we never do is exercising. Now, exercise seems like the last thing that you want to do, correct? Now, for some people, studies have already found that exercise may even be as effective as medication for people, and its results are long lasting. It's the perfect example of the mind body connection. Now, when your body is moving, your brain releases the feel good factors. That's the feel good endorphins that change its chemistry, creating a very positive feedback, improving your mood. So try to do as much as physical activity. I'm sure if the physical activity feels overwhelming, keep in mind that traditional aerobic exercises like jogging or cycling are not your options. Find a form of exercise you like, maybe like walking the dog or just weightlifting or just hiking or yoga or just go on a walk. I mean, just being in nature can also help those dealing with depression, right? You can also do some gardening as well, correct? So this is one tip, and in order to see some results for all these things, mind body exercise, everything is all fine, but the biggest factor is eating on time. Now, eating is also very essential. When you're depressed, it is always tempting to skip meals and choose sweet or processed foods that are easy to make. But these foods are acidic and can trigger inflammation in the body, which may be one risk factor for depression, right? So, a wholesome fruit or an alkaline diet with lots of leafy green vegetables, citrus fruits, and healthy fats from foods like nuts, olive oil, and avocados is one of the top ways to deal with depression by bringing your balance to the body. Now, end of the day, your intake of vitamin B or magnesium or zinc or omega-3 fatty acids, which according to survey and according to studies have found to be especially essential to fight depression, right? So what you need to do is you need to exercise, you need to transform yourself, and usage of changing your words and fight the negative thinking only by eating right. And then we can also then moving on, you need to adopt to some empowering changes. Now, what happens is a daily meditation practice or yoga can be an excellent way to deal with depression by reducing stress and quieting negative voices in your head. But some people are not used to meditation, and some people are not used to practicing yoga. You may need not have to practice yoga or meditation for like hours together. A simple 5-minute technique will also help you to start off with, because what happens is adopting this method, the mindset, especially the abundance mindset, is going to be, it's going to be very crucial to learn how to deal with depression when you get into this kind of a method of practicing meditation. When I say meditation, you don't have to really get into it. Just close your eyes and just sit for like 5 minutes and just start breathing normally. So once you have the breathing pattern correct, you will get used to it, right? And then, most importantly, moving on, uh, see, end of the day, we are all human beings. We all tend to make mistakes, and we need to know how can we build our own support system of network. So friends play a crucial role here. Sometimes what happens is we all get to very get into the benefits of being in an internet savvy world. While there are benefits using social media and other technology, it is still crucial that you turn into real life interactions when learning how to deal with depression. Now, Facebook, social media, or Twitter is, it's often going to make you feel worse, not better, as per my experience. So, even at that point of time, instead of scrolling through status, WhatsApp status, updates, just go for a short walk. Just meet a friend for a coffee, or just sit down for a beer. Just have a normal conversation. You will definitely feel better, and your spirits will instantly lift, and your connections will deepen. Try this, right? And the last thing is, whenever you are in depression, make sure, when you're fighting depression, when you're overcoming depression, in the process of learning how to deal, everyday tasks can seem very trivial, right from getting up to moving and to packing and to working and taking care of kids or taking care of family and opening a laptop and just sending an email. Maybe you haven't even been through all these kind of stages. You just feel like you don't just feel like don't doing I mean you just feel not to do any of these again. Now, by putting things off will only make you feel worse. So what you need to do is, you can just take down a small simple diary, and then you can just start writing yourself a list of set deadlines for each thing, each and every item, and just stick to them. You will improve your energy and confidence by setting and achieving goals. Now, when I say goals, there can be short term goals and there can be long term goals as well. Now, make sure that you include your new routine and healthy eating habits, your exercising in your goals. Because what happens is, if a task seems too large, just break it down into smaller steps. You can always start slow and then you can probably take it ahead, right? Guys, see, end of the day, depression can make everything in life seem more difficult. However, by incorporating the above said things, how to deal with and how to overcome with, you can take strides toward feeling better and achieving the well-being. And we all need to thrive to being well-being. We all need to be thrived, right? So I understand depression is serious, but if you're thinking about overcoming it, I'm sure you need to have a plan to commit. So please make sure that you commit to these above things today, so that you can conquer the negative beliefs holding you back from your happiness. Remember, guys, there is no easy ways to deal with depression. However, creating some beliefs is a step toward the happy future you desire. So learn how to combat the thoughts holding you back. Thank you so much for listening, and we will have more things coming up. Stay tuned. This is Dr. Karthik Narayan. Thank you. Have a great day.